Welcome, sports fans, for joining us today in the Tunnel Sports Podcast. I am your host, Nicole with the K and the Y, and I am here with my co-host, Patrick the Truth Truesdale.
What's up, H-Town?
And the man that needs no introduction, Mr. Moon.
Hey, how's it going?
Today, guys, we will be talking about college football. We'll be talking about how about them Cowboys. We will be talking about them Texans. And we'll be talking about your favorite, Deion Sanders.
All right.
So, guys, please like, share, subscribe to In the Tunnel Sports Podcast on all our social media platforms, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook. And is that it? I think so. Yeah. All right, soon to be X. So before we get started, I would like to make an announcement that In the Tunnel Sports Podcast, we are undergoing reconstruction, and as you can see, we have a different setting. This won't be our permanent setting, but I want you guys to be prepared because blessings are coming, okay? All right?
Yeah. We're happy to be here at Sweet Lips at 3932 OST, one of the best cigar bars in town, and CEO, my man Mo. So we welcome him to let us do it up here and being a sponsor today, too.
Yeah.
In the tunnel's doing it big. They on the move. Y'all on the move.
We're on the move. So that's one of the things.
Look for
We got the tequila out. There we go. With the bag of the lady.
Yeah.
So we blessed. We got some stuff about to pop out in a second. We definitely let you update about next week.
So. Yes, I'm excited actually, y'all. I'm kind of calm, but I'm excited.
Hey, can we do a toast to the move?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Bam. Margarita toast to the move.
Mm-hmm.
Brought to you by K. Rita Tequila, one of the best tasting tequilas on the market.
It is. Don't let the smooth taste fool you. I'm drinking mine. Well, it's not straight, but pretty much. But
Drink mine's margarita style.
Yeah, it's the getting up part that you have to get up slowly when you drink this, okay? But it's very smooth, okay? You don't get that burn. So, all right, guys. So anyway, before we get started, we have to pay our bills. And so this episode is brought to you by the Overstreet Law Firm. Facing a legal storm, unsure what to turn. When you want your criminal case dismissed, there's only one name to remember: Brian E. Overstreet, the bow tie lawyer. From minor charges to serious allegations, Brian Overstreet is the answer when the odds seem stacked against you. With 25 years of experience and a track record of success, Brian is the defender that you need in your corner. So remember, when you're in legal trouble, don't stress, just call the best, the bow tie lawyer, at 281-820-4LAW, and let the Overstreet Law Firm fiercely defend your rights. I just love saying that.
I just love it.
Fiercely defend your rights, okay?
This day and age, we need somebody defending our rights.
Yeah,
sure.
You right about that.
We just came off the DNC.
Alright, I just don't ever want to have to call him.
Right.
You know, yeah, okay. Alright, so sports talk. I know you've been waiting on this. CeeDee Lamb, let's talk about it.
Jerry Jones full of it. Jerry Jones is all about entertaining, having people food. He knew he was going to sign it, but we were trying to figure out what take him so long. I understand he wanted him to go to training camp. He got to do because he got to stay in conditioning, but this stuff could have been done. I mean, come on. They know they can't do nothing without that offense without CeeDee Lamb.
Like, what was the plan B?
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? And I just, my boy got $30 million guaranteed. I'm proud of him, man. And Ron Day one rich man. I'm proud of him. And like I say, he's going to be the big factor, highest paid receiver. He'll be in the Pro Bowl this year, too.
Now, what I want to say before I move to you and ask your thoughts is BCP knows.
We said it from day one. Elliot put out a post tag on my page.
I got my autograph copy, let me tell you. I remember that.
Yeah, it's going to be worth a lot, too. And we just knew that kid we knew something special in him when everybody didn't see that. And that's something that we do. We see kids we know. Sometimes they have these kids overrated. They have these kids ranked out high, but we know who the best. And hashtag BCP knows it. We knew about him, and we got some more coming out. You know what I'm saying? Be on the lookout for it. You got Landon William Callis, and then you also have Carson White, quarterback at Al Collins, another kid around the high school. That's what you got to go see. You want to see some high school players from Chief? Go see them now. Because you're going to hear about them, they're going to be in the same shoes as Kid and hopefully they're playing for the Cowboys and have on be bull come around with them at the same time. But, you know, my salute, my boy, hats off. I mean, he lived to the promised land. He got to the promised land. And I'm so happy to spend time with him a couple of weeks ago. He was humble and everything to stay in shape. And now it's showtime, man.
They're doing what he's supposed to do.
What he's supposed to do, yeah.
So what do you think?
No, I'm extremely happy for CeeDee Lamb. Obviously, hometown, Houston kid, young man now who was a Houston kid. He earned every single penny he got. So being, you know, leading the league in a lot of different categories from receiving to catches to, you know, up there in TDs, and more importantly, just consistent. Every year he's been in the league, he's increased his stats. So that's a testament in and of itself. You want to get paid. It's not always about building your brand. It's about building your expertise. So every year he's been in the league, he's gotten better. It's going to be tough to get better than what he did last year, but it's still a milestone out there. He did almost 1,800 yards last year, 17 and some change. So if he gets to 18, which is very doable, he can definitely do that. But a lot of people like him and Tyreek Hill and Justin Jefferson, you know, they're chasing that 2,000 yard mark in a season. If anybody can do it, CD can do it.
Yeah, what's crazy about it is, you know, which I ain't surprised with, you know, Nicole Mel, I got people be sending me pictures in the academy. You see him on different billboards. Everybody, hey man, you said look, he in the academy, he there. And that's just a beautiful thing to see. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Seeing little kids walk around with jerseys on, you know what I mean?
Absolutely. I got 2 CD jerseys, so
yeah.
I'm fully supporting him. I know he's been staying in shape, but we all know there's no in shape like football shape. Yeah. So, you know, crossing my fingers that, you know, they bring the ramp up slowly, even though I personally think they signed him 1 week too late or about 5 days too late. It would have been great for him to get at least a couple of practices in training camp just to get hit. You know, they talk about, like, the quarterbacks, their season don't start until they get hit because you can't hit them in training camp.
Right.
Like, you can't even thud a quarterback in training camp. With wide receivers, linebackers, running backs, everybody else, you can thud. So I'm not sure if CD had anybody thudding him while he was doing his conditioning, but hopefully he'll come back and he'll do well.
Well, you know, you can barely hit quarterbacks and playing a live game. I mean, shoot, they want to throw you out the game and everything else for that. So, but nah, it's just a happy moment, man, for the kids. Keep doing it, man. And I hope to see the kids in the Pro Bowl.
And I drafted another one of my fantasy team this year. So,
smart.
So I'm ready. I'm all in. As Jerry would say, I'm all in.
Yeah.
Okay.
I look forward to seeing him in the Pro Bowl. I know he ain't going to the Super Bowl. So
Right. So now we through with the Cowboys.
Here we go.
We can move to the Texans. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
So preseason is over. It's time to crank up the season. I believe their first game is going to be Sunday.
Next Sunday.
September the
Shout out to
8th.
Chicago. Got a lot of people coming in from Chicago. Big tailgate party gonna be going down, so it's gonna be fun. It's gonna see Caleb Williams play his first game, so that's gonna be the real exciting part about the Texas first game. And I know we got the weapons. I know we got the defense. The name is D'Amico Ryan. Gonna have him right. Running back position, I was really impressed with. You know, the Cooks get so they're gonna be all right. The main thing with Texas is can the whole O line can they how they come through and can they stay healthy? That's the key thing with them. The O line, it's on the other that, you know, and I know his old boy last year was CJ first year, and they gonna figure him out film, but you know, he smart kid, he gonna study the film. So, you know, if he do what he gotta do, if he play up to him, it's on. It's all on Kirk.
So what do you thought? Because I know you love the Texans too.
Yeah. I'm a big Texan fan, and they have a lot. They got the skill positions locked down. You start talking about bringing in Stephon Diggs, and you already had Tank Dell and Nico Collins, and then now you go out and go get your Joe Mixon, and you said C.J. Stroud's in his second year, and then we all know about the defense. When you start talking about Anderson on the defensive line, and then you start talking about the DB Singletary. You know, they're ready. They're locked and loaded. To Truesdale point, though, we all know the game is won and decided a lot of times in the trenches.
Yeah.
So they got to be able to hold up and give CJ that extra, not even full second, but half a second sometimes, so he can get the ball off or escape the sack, all that good stuff. And as well as making sure that he has time to limit his turnovers. One of the best things that they were able to execute against last year was they were top in the league and not turning the ball over. And CJ went, I think, first 4, 5, 6 games without even throwing an interception, which is unheard of.
Yeah.
Which is unheard of. So we can't put that pressure on him to do exactly the same. He's got to come out and have another good year because, like you said, he's got tape on him now. But guess what? Texas got tape on everybody else. So I feel confident in their coordinators. They're going to be able to make the adjustments. Texas definitely a playoff team this year. That's not a forecast. That's pretty much a fact, unless something just crazy happens. So it's just about how far they can go in the playoffs.
So let me ask you this. So how do you think if the Texans went all the way, just say this hypothetically, what would you think that would do for Houston as a whole?
I mean, it's glad the city rocking. I mean, I really think they can have a chance. Last year, everybody looked at me crazy. I said, as long as they get to the playoffs, they'll be all right. I give them 5 games, 4 games. Well, they don't win the division.
Mm-hmm.
So AFC is tough. They got a tough schedule. Everybody got a tough schedule. That's what people got to understand. Everybody got a tough schedule. And the AFC side is tough. The other side is tough too. But if they get to the Super Bowl, it's huge. I mean, the city gonna be on fire.
Yeah.
Do they got a chance? Yes. Because the team I want to see them play again and they know they can beat is Baltimore. Like I told Paul, they can beat them while you can. Last year they didn't have all the depth on defense. You know, the young quarterback made mistakes. They made some mistakes in the coaching. This year, come on, I want them to play Baltimore.
Yeah.
Come on, no Reed Nash quarterback, Lamar Jackson. I think they're gonna whoop their butt.
No, Baltimore definitely be a tough team. I mean, when you start looking at the Texans, they should be favored in every game this year, with the exception of if they play at Baltimore, if they play Kansas City. Even I even see them being favored against the Cowboys, even in Dallas.
That's easy.
Depending on the record going to the game. Now, here's what I tell you: it's a difference between being favored and winning the game. It's a difference between being favored and winning the game.
That's why y'all been so quiet doing all this. Y'all know what's getting ready to happen.
Yeah,
they're not trying to slide the Cowboys.
I'm just saying, it's different between being favored and winning the game. Like we just said,
all of the teams on their schedule, you gonna mention the Cowboys.
I mentioned the Baltimore and Kansas City first. Did I say Baltimore and Kansas City first?
But you say
But I got guess what? Y'all get your mind right. Get your mind right, Texans, because that's gonna be the Super Bowl right there. That's gonna be the Super Bowl before the Super Bowl. All eyes, Monday Night Football, all eyes in the country are gonna be on the Cowboys and the Texans for that game. That will be the biggest game of the weekend when they play.
So, and like we said,
like Theo said, get your popcorn ready.
Like we said earlier in the show, we got some things happening, so we want y'all to be in the house, but we're gonna be doing something big.
Yep. Get ready.
So he's coming soon. We'll tell you soon. But at the end of the day, man, it's not even gonna be a game. It's robbery. You never know what happens. First time, but trust me, that's the game I'm waiting on. Cowboy fans are real quiet.
I'm telling you, we're gonna have bottles, celebrate. We're gonna be popping bottles, doing shots, getting ready to celebrate the star. Everybody's a star in their life.
Hey, you know Jimmy Johnson not the coach no more.
Okay, all right.
Oh Lord, this is gonna go on for a while, so I'm ready for it. But let's move on to college ball. We're gonna do a short show today, but we're gonna hit the main spots. So first, I want to talk about PV and TSU. Right? HBCU. So Chris Dishman, this will be his first game, his first year, right at TSU, and then he'll be up against his former teammate Bubba McDowell, who coaches for PV.
Yes.
So how do you think that's gonna, because they know each other, it's gonna be kind of friendly.
That's kind of good to see too. Former Allers coaching Labor Day classes and everything. But TSU ain't beaten in 9 years. So if this was to start off with, that'd be huge, but I doubt it. They ain't playing in PV too. I know he's just got the job at TSU, so hopefully he can put it together. Because at the end of the day, I look at the game, it's not a rivalry anymore. He ain't beat your rivalry in 9 years. So hopefully, I know he will build this year. Hopefully, Fuji can get the rivalry back. But it's gonna be a big part of tailgate and prayer. It's gonna be live up there.
But do you think Chris will do well?
Well, Scott's we'll see.
Sometimes you just like, yeah, I know that. Now you just like, we'll see.
I'm just saying, we gotta see. It's all about how you recruit. You got a lot of time in Houston. It's all about how
you play the game.
Yeah, because the last 2 coaches I think win, and it's on Texas Southern because what are they doing behind the coach if he don't win next was. What's the future there? Because it don't make sense. You got all this out in the city, So.
you think?
I mean, I agree. I think TSU gonna make a comeback for sure. Obviously, the Labor Day Classic, I don't give him much of a chance against TV because Chris is he's trying to build his program back. Like you said, recruiting is a big key for sure. And if he's smart, like you said, there's a lot of talent here in Houston. Him being, playing in the league, playing in secondary, hopefully he'll go after those kids that, want to be DBs, want to be safeties, want to come in and learn from somebody that's played in the league. And then that'll make it easier and build that team from the back to the front. Obviously, you got to have some linemen, but at the end of the day, once you start getting those skill position players, those DBs coming in, some of those kids going to want to come in and play DB, and then you're going to get them there, and they're going to realize they might be a better receiver from that standpoint. It might be a better linebacker. So he's got to make sure he gets in the community here. Gets around some of the top schools here in Houston, as well as around there.
Texas, he got a long way to go. He got to go over 10K, the transfer portal. Like with Buckland doing that career, they're doing a pretty good job recruiting. They got the kid transfer from Kilgore quarterback.
Yep.
They got the kid from UMH. They're going to start the kid from UMH. Got one of my kids, BCB recruits, Stephen Shaw Jr. Transfer from Louisiana Tech, and he's coming off the edge. So they got last year, went to the championship, so they got a shot this year. Willie Simmons not coaching in the swag no more. It's kind of like how Nick ain't coaching no more in the SEC. So
right.
Even I think they were gonna still go down there because of where the things are. But they got a shot to win this year. But like I say, it's gonna be real interesting. Like I said, teams just got to do what they got to do. They got a little long way to go. But we'll see what happens.
We'll see. Okay, we'll see.
I got PB to win.
Okay.
Yeah, play.
So let's talk about this big game, Texas A&M and Notre Dame.
Oh, that's gonna be the game. That's gonna be the game.
It's gonna be a college station.
They already saying, Nicole and Melvin, that if Notre Dame win this game, they're gonna be in the playoffs.
Yep.
Believe it or not, this is the first year I see Notre Dame have a weak schedule, which sometimes you deserve because they always have a tough schedule. But at the same time, it's one of my favorite teams. I like one of the favorite coaches. I like Coach Freeman. Great coach, gonna do a good job. And I'm hired a good coach. It's gonna be really interesting what happens. It's gonna be a good game. I'm gonna go with Notre Dame all day. I'm gonna go with Coach Freeman. And Freeman got a chance to. They got a chance. They got the quarterback transfer from Duke. I really like from last year. They got a chance. They got a chance to get to the championship. Who knows? They definitely gonna be a playoff team.
Yeah, they definitely have to. They got to beat A&M. No ifs, ands, or buts. If they don't beat A&M, the chances to get to the playoffs is going to be a lot tougher simply because their schedule is not very good. I think they only have two other teams that are currently ranked in the top 25 on their schedule. Now, they got Georgia Tech on their schedule who just went out and beat Florida State. They're not currently ranked, but Georgia Tech put a couple more games together, then they'll be ranked by the time Notre Dame plays them, and that'll help. Now, Texas A&M coming off of a new coach, they got a new quarterback. They are playing in Kyle Field, so that'll make it tough on Notre Dame. But I definitely got Notre Dame to go into Kyle Field and start their season off, with a victory.
Yeah, well, I home field plays a role, but them boys will be ready.
No, they'll be ready.
A lot of places. But you look at the way the college game is now. It's every week it's gonna be good. Like I knew Georgia Tech was gonna beat Florida State, but I knew it was gonna be a dog fight. At the end of the day, Florida State's still good. Last year they lost a lot of games. It was short, and they came back. They did a great job with the transfer report and everything. So, like you said, that's going to be one of the top games too when they play Notre Dame. So it's going to be really interesting what happens with that. But it's going to be a good one. It's going to be Notre Dame travels, and they already here, big alumni here. A&M going to be there, so I know a lot of people already going to be down there. Tailgate your boy Martin and them, over there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, just being at the tailgate is gonna be an adventure.
So a lot of A&M people are gonna be in town for the game. Obviously, it's a lot of Notre Dame people coming in. It's gonna be probably one of the biggest games of the weekend. So great way to start off college football. Labor Day weekend. Notre Dame, both of them. Notre Dame and A&M, both highly ranked, top 20 teams. So I'm excited.
Oh yeah, and speaking of tailgate, I can go back to the TSU Premier game. Everybody loves it being people because that stadium too hot downtown Houston. So I know one of my players, Stephen Shaw Jr. there. Stephen Shaw Sr., shout out to you, baby. They're going to have his big tailgate party going on down there. My boy Shanker, son play, they're going to have a big tailgate going on. So Both tailgate parties right down the street from each other. They're gonna be all right.
It's gonna be on that. It sure is. Like literally.
That 290 Highway 6 gonna be hot this weekend.
So drive safely.
290 Highway 6 gonna be hot.
The last thing you want is a state trooper in Texas to stop you. Lord.
You gotta pass through PV to get to Bryan.
Yeah.
Hey, Bryan. Hey, okay. My third home. Okay. So let's talk about University of Florida and Miami.
It's funny because Florida always ducked them to play Miami, but it's good to see the throwback. That's gonna be a big, interesting game. That's gonna be the biggest game in Florida this weekend. I'm gonna go with my boy Mario Cristobal, but Florida, they gotta win this shit out. They gotta win. They got a good team. We'll see what happens. They gotta win this shit, but I'm gonna go with Miami. They playing down in South Beach, down in Miami, so it's gonna be a car game. It's gonna be real interesting though. But I'm gonna go with the U. It's gonna be a big interstate rivalry game, yeah.
Okay, you going with the U? Who you going with?
No, I mean, Florida's rebounding a little bit. The U's been pretty good the last couple of years in the ACC. So I'm going with the U too. It's at home. Florida hadn't shown me anything in the offseason to say that they can go in Miami right now. Now, if they were playing this game a couple of weeks into the season, then give those guys some time to gel and kind of learn the program, all that good stuff. Then I'd probably go Florida. But I hate to agree with Tuesday on everything, but I'll go with the U. I'll go with the U.
Y'all are hilarious.
Oh my goodness.
You'll be all right. Keep agreeing with me. You're gonna be a smart, you know what?
All right.
Oh, Lord have mercy. Okay.
Talking to the man you see between football.
So, Melvin, what about Colorado University in North Dakota?
So this is where we're probably going to differ a little bit.
Okay.
It's going to be a dogfight because North Dakota, a lot of people, if you don't really follow college football, you don't know how good North Dakota is. They won the FBS championship, which is kind of like Division II football, numerous times over the past 10 years. I don't know the exact number, but there are multiple champions in the FBS, and they're always there in the playoffs. Those playoffs usually happen, or the championship game usually happens up in Frisco, Texas, up in North Texas. So it's going to be a dogfight, but I think Colorado's got a little bit too much talent on the skill positions. They're going to need the ball to bounce their way. They're going to have to play a smart game. But I'll go with Dion and the Colorado Buffs this weekend.
Well, back to the Florida man, I think we made a mistake. They played in the Swamp.
Yeah, they're playing in the Swamp.
Oh, they're playing the Swamp, not in Miami?
Yeah.
Ooh, I still go with Miami, but it's gonna be tight.
Yeah. Well, I know one thing. I'm going to North Dakota. I'm just gonna say the game. The game is gonna be like this. If Colorado come out quick, they speed, use their speed, they got a shot to get up. But if they don't, and have some 3 and outs, they're gonna be in trouble. North Dakota gonna play that smash mouth football. They're gonna drive you up, throw the ball down, put the ball down your throat. They had a ball. I remember they played my boy Van Malone at Kansas State.
Yeah, I know, Van.
Van said they had the ball with 8 minutes and 31 seconds. Yeah, so my thing is, they're gonna have to. If they use that ball and pound it on them, they're gonna be in trouble because you're talking about an FBS school got linemen like Big Ten. They got deep like power forward and like Big Ten linemen. And they get all these big guys out of the snowfields in North Dakota, South Dakota, Minnesota. And that's something that Colorado got problems with, the trenches. That's going to kill them this year. They don't have the trenches. So, I'm going to go with Prime on this one. But I won't be surprised. I would love to see them win, but I won't be surprised if they lose this game, man.
I mean, like you said, Colorado's got to get out and use their speed because that's what North Dakota doesn't have. And if they get out and use their speed and they're able to get up, then it don't matter if North Dakota keep the ball for 8-10 minutes. They're going to run out of time in order to win the game. So Colorado's got to take advantage when they get the ball, score some points, more touchdowns and field goals, and then, control the ball a little bit. They don't have to hold it for 8 minutes. They need to hold it for 3 or 4 minutes to give their defense some time to rest on the sidelines. So that's what North Dakota does. They beat you up. They got the big boys. They just lean on you. So by the third, fourth quarter, you're like, oh my goodness, get off of me. So, but it's like I said, it's gonna be a very good game. I'm not gonna say entertaining game because North Dakota doesn't usually play that style, but it'll be entertaining in the fact that it should be a close game.
And North Dakota got a history of upsetting beating D1 teams.
Absolutely.
Not only that, they have a history of beating D1 teams trying to rebuild. They still trying to rebuild in Colorado. You know, and all I'm saying, they play that game on a Thursday. If North Dakota win, it's gonna be a long weekend and a long week.
You right about on the Thursday.
Yeah,
you right about that.
All this attention is getting coach-wise, but that's another subject.
So, Mel, the time is finally coming. And I'm just give some information before y'all two just go in on this.
Go ahead.
So, UT in Colorado State.
Mm-hmm.
And I know you got UT, right? Do you
Oh, UT.
You going with UT? Okay.
Let's go, Sark.
So these are some things when I was doing my research. And it was like, why Texas will beat Colorado State. And you tell me what you think. Texas has won each of its last 9 games against non-AP ranked teams. Colorado State has lost each of its last 6 season openers. Colorado State has failed to cover the spread in each of its last 6 season openers. Texas has covered the spread in each of its last 4 games against non-AP ranked teams. And Texas has won the first half in 10 of its last 13 games against non-conference opponents.
So we're going to get up early, we're going to score often, and by halftime, we're going to be celebrating. That's what I'll tell you. These boys are ready. They're going to SEC. They've been anticipating. Longhorns been anticipating this move since the beginning of last year. And when I say the beginning of last year, their goal was to win the Big 12 last year, which they did. And they knew if they won the Big 12, it gave them a good chance of getting into the college playoffs, which they got there. And then ultimately, they didn't finish it off, but it set them up from a recruiting standpoint, from an experience standpoint, and from an opportunity now with the 12-team expanded playoffs. It's not about if Texas is going to get to the playoffs. It's about where they're going to be in the playoffs and how they can perform once they get there.
Yeah, because it's going to be really interesting because they play Georgia this year, and eventually they're going to probably play again. I picked Georgia in Texas in the SEC championship because they're on different sides. And it's crazy because 9 out of 10 they'll be in the playoffs, will they meet again 3 times?
Exactly.
So it's going to, college football is like NFL now. Like you said,
I would love to say we met Georgia 3 times this year. We met them in Austin, and we met them in Atlanta in the SEC championship game, and then we met them in the playoffs. So that would be a fantastic year for the Longhorns.
So now I'm going to poke the bear a little bit.
Okay, poke the bear.
And some people saying why Colorado State would beat Texas. It's not as lengthy of a list, but it's there. Texas has failed to cover the spread in 4 of its last 5 games against non-conference opponents, and Colorado State has covered the spread in 3 of its last 4 games against top 15 AP games.
So I'll just say, anybody that thinks Colorado State is going to come in and beat Texas, you live in Colorado and you partake in that agricultural, municipal, medicine that allows you to be on that plane and live in that world to think that Colorado State is first off going to beat Texas and secondly come into Austin and Darrell K. Royal Stadium and beat Texas.
You better be careful because upsets happen.
That's not happening.
Shock is happening.
That's not happening. It's not. That's not an upset. That would be.
All right, Truesdale. We'll talk about your favorite coach, Coach Prime, Deion Sanders, and the power that he possessed or think he possessed or whatever. So there is a columnist, Sean Keller, who spoke unfavorably about Deion, calling him a false prophet, deposition Deion, Planet Prime, Bruce Lee of BS, and Deion Kool-Aid. And he did not like it. And at the end of the day, Colorado, they banned Mr. Keener, right? Mr. Keller, I'm sorry. Mr. Keller from, coming in and stuff like
to me,
that.
that's some BS because Colorado know they're wrong for that. It's one of the most miserable programs for the last 10 years. They're wrong for that. But they got to learn how to be a coach. You're not a football player. I say that all the time. You're not a football player no more. You're a coach now. So you got to learn how to handle the media and everything. It's like you can dish it, but you can't take it. And it's like, you won a game against TCU. Came out attacking the rights. They couldn't do this, couldn't do that. They used somebody to take your receipts and everything. And it seemed like you gotta be. He stays in the media. And right now, what's happening is, life was gonna remind you black at the end of the day. You notice he really ain't seen him in a lot of cameras a lot. So at the end of the day, you're gonna deal with that. Nick Saban deal with that. He just don't pay that writer no mind. The dude just a small time writer. Now what you done, Brian, to make this dude big. You done blew him up now. The university done blew him up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And you got a baby that just didn't take it, like Paul Farmer said, it's an unnecessary food fight. Like Stephen A. Smith said, you got to know how to handle it. Everybody call it personal. I don't call it personal. And he just talked about him. It just, and I mean, times, you know, some people think he's phony. Some people think he is a fake prophet, you know. You know, I mean, when he said the comment, God called me to collect to take this job, that was some BS there. God, come on, man, get down. But he gotta have thick skin, man. He gotta be ready because I'm gonna tell you, it's gonna be a long season for them. Because they gonna really come at him now. Immediately.
So let me ask you, let me ask you this. So do you think if Mr. Keller says something that he don't like and then another columnist say something, do you think eventually he's gonna do, him in Colorado gonna do this to every single columnist or person or vlog or Instagram personality that says something he don't like? Where does it stop?
No, I don't think it's a matter of him saying something he didn't like. It's like Colorado came out and said it was a personal attack. And Dion had the opportunity to not answer the columnist questions throughout the year. He could have just said, next question, I don't want to answer that. But guess what? Everybody
thought it was personal. He made Colorado do that. Colorado like me.
No, for sure. I didn't. So listen to what I said. I didn't say that Dion didn't think it was personal. Dion for sure said it was personal. So two things that Dion is doing. You know what nobody's talking about? Everybody's worried about, look, the people that know college football are worried about whether they got the talent and whether they're going to be ready to beat North Dakota State and what they're going to do this year. Mm-hmm. But guess what? Nobody's talking about that. So Dion is taking all the pressure off his kids because ain't nobody talking about the football. They're talking about him.
Well,
so his kids. So guess what? I think it's genius. So guess what? You don't have somebody trying to interview Shador this week. You don't have anybody trying to interview Travis Hunter this week. You're going to shut down they wide receivers. You don't have anybody trying to interview his offensive lineman. They all talking about Dion, so now his kids can just practice. And they get ready for the game. And then guess what? They win, and they're going to want to talk to him after the game. They don't have to deal with that. So I don't think it's a bad thing that all the attention is on Dion and what's going on. Everybody's talking about you making this columnist bigger than what he is. Now people are going to look him up, right? I totally agree with that. But guess what? If Dion went the whole year not answering his questions, because at the end of the day, whether he's got a job or not, you can't force Dion to talk to this columnist.
But he gotta know him though.
So
you getting the band and making all that, giving that man attention, you gotta know it.
So guess what? Guess what? He got attention right now. 7 games into it, when this man ain't got an opportunity to ask no questions the whole year, anybody gonna be asking about him? Anybody gonna know his name? Nobody's gonna know his name in the next 2 weeks. But if he had the opportunity, he can't ask any questions. So he can't even do his job for the next 4 months. Now imagine if you got a job and you get set up to where you can't do your job in the most popular product.
He can do his own story.
Yeah, he can do his own story, but he can't ask questions.
Okay, man.
He gotta ask questions.
He don't. Okay.
Guess what? That's what he's been able to do is ask questions the whole time.
His numbers going up. He gonna be interviewed. He gonna get another job.
Sure, he's gonna get another job.
And he gonna write his little column. People gonna go to his social media.
So
and guess what?
What's the day?
So here's the deal.
Let's take the day.
Hold up. Here's the deal. He don't have to ask him questions. Because if he have a bomb season, he gonna be like, tell him like it is. And he gonna say some things. Well, I told y'all this, I told y'all that.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Exactly. What's his credibility gonna be like compared to him not being able to talk to Dion? And by the way, it ain't just Dion.
He's gonna make his numbers up.
Check this out. So you telling me he's gonna have more credibility than everybody else that can talk to the team? Everybody else can talk to the coach throughout the year. This man that can't talk to the team or the coach
can't go to Colorado.
What do you mean?
He just can't go to the University of Colorado.
That's what I'm saying.
But he can go to other ones.
He can't interview anybody associated with the University of Colorado, and guess what his job is? He works for the Denver Post.
Yes.
So he's supposed to cover, what's the biggest school in Colorado? Colorado! You can't even talk to anybody at the biggest school that you're supposed to cover. So guess what? He might not be feeling it now. He gonna get a boom. Everybody online looking up who Sean Keeler is. But in 5 weeks, you think anybody gonna be looking up who Sean Keeler is? Because you ain't gonna better hear.
They gotta play a game on the road.
Yeah.
guess what? He can go to that other locker room and ask questions.
Go for
He
it.
can go to that other locker room.
Go for it.
Yeah.
He can go, that's what I'm telling you.
Yes.
He could go. You talking to a guy who work media.
Right.
He could go in that locker room and instigate some stuff with that coach they play against.
Yeah.
Such as like when they say they go to Texas Tech, one of the hardest places to win. You got McGuire there. They gonna ask McGuire questions. They gonna ask them the defense. They gonna do their research on them kids. They gonna see all that stuff.
Yep.
Say if they had a D tackle want to get to Sador. I can't D talk Nas all weekend. Well, Sador thought what do you think he could ask some questions? Oh man, we did this, we did that, we knew we could beat him. So he got ways to go around the thing too, bro.
I'm not saying that way to go around it, but you.
Because my thing is, you can ban me from that one thing. I ain't tripping because man, I understand it. I don't know if he got fired from the Post. But he's still gonna have other opportunities. He's still got ways. The way the technology is in the business, and he still can go to that other locker room and have fun and instigate stuff and still do articles.
I didn't say he can't do his job. He's gonna make it extremely difficult.
It's not gonna be difficult. He's not gonna be hurt.
I don't think he's gonna be hurting.
You don't think I'm gonna be hurting?
I don't think he's gonna be hurting.
So here's what we do. Let's get online. Let's get online today. Look at what his poll numbers are. Look at how many people are Googling him today. And then look how many people gonna be Googling 5 weeks from now.
Okay, what's 5 weeks from now? Today is August 27th.
Yeah, 5 weeks from now, ain't nobody gonna look up that cat because he ain't gonna be able to talk to the most prominent program in Colorado.
He don't have to talk to
Just
them.
because he doesn't. And really,
Okay.
if
All right.
sometimes when
So
people talk, do you win?
if you don't have to talk to him, why he been trying to ask questions? Why has he been trying to interview Dion and ask him questions?
Let me explain something to you. I don't gotta talk to Dion. You know, you my witness. I put up a post last year and told all my people following me on Facebook. I said, look, y'all, Dion ain't the only coach. We got black coaches. We support all the black coaches.
Right.
Black folks get caught up in celebrities.
Right.
You know, and they got called Dion. And when I said that, people was talking off. They beat TCU.
Right.
Oh, I had to take a pound. They went 3-0. Oh, that was all on me.
Right.
I got their ass at the end of the year though too. When that girl did that video, I post that and dedicate everybody. And where they always hushed up. They always put stuff on my page every time he win and everything.
Right.
So my point I'm trying to tell you is this: win or lose, he still is gonna get the attention, and he can use that pen to back him up. See, I'm gonna kill you on the mic. I'm gonna keep you back, and I got him all at the end. And I still got the W. And when you get the W this year, I'm gonna be real with you. So my point I'm saying is, even if I can't come in there, I can still talk about it. And I can still say some things.
Sure.
Because one thing about networks, they look for content.
Right.
And if he writes something else and say something, and there you go again, use this and that, and ESPN, Fox, everybody gonna grab it and they gonna talk about it because they want content. And guess what? His name is gonna elevate. I'm gonna lift this guy up. I'm gonna do this, gonna do that. Trust me, I'll tell you that. He ain't got anything.
Correct. What I'm saying is, they want content, but they want good content in the sense. So when I say good content, let me finish.
They want content no matter what.
Okay, so they want this cat to go out there and put out a bunch of stuff that's not true? No, they don't want that. If you are able to talk to the program, then guess what? You can get a story, you can validate the story. I'm sure if you asked him, he's been able to do that before in the past. He can't talk to anybody in that program. So he is part of the Denver Post, gonna cover Colorado, and what I say on paper.
He said everything he said ain't true.
No, I'm not saying that. Okay. I'm saying on paper.
You gotta talk to him to realize.
I'm saying on paper, he's been able to talk to anybody in that program. Even when he said all that stuff about Dion, he still had access to the program. So let me finish, because I'll let you finish. Let me finish. So he has the opportunity to validate his ideas. Hey, is Dion really this? I heard this is going on, I heard that's going on. And he can talk to people in the program. Colorado came out and said, not only can you talk to Dion, you can't talk to anybody in the program, and your job is to cover the University of Colorado as one of the lead columnists for the Denver Post. Now, just so everybody understands the difference between a reporter and a columnist, reporter has to report what the news is. Like, they scored a touchdown, they report the touchdown. The columnists can give their op-ed, they can give their opinions, which this guy still will be able to do. And once again, people probably gonna look him up because they know he got a little animosity with Dion and with Colorado, so that's gonna raise his numbers. But the first time he go out there and he put an op-ed out and the story is really not true because he can't really validate it because he can't talk to anybody in the program, then how much is the story's worth?
No. This is like fraternity work. when you work media, when you ever cover a football game before?
Yeah.
You ever had a media pass and been in the press conference?
I haven't had a chance to somebody
It's a
that.
yes or no question. Okay, what I'm telling you is this. Let's say if they banned me from SWAC championship, which I covered that this year, football, you know. But if they don't want me to come in, I still can do write-ups. So guess what? It's over 30 writers in there. It's about relationship. It's
That's what I was like, no.
It's like a fraternity, my brother.
Right.
Guess what? That dude gonna know everything going on. Because it's gonna be some writers he cool with. And you know how the media work. Right? No, you're not hearing me. See, you making a big deal out of it because he's suffering because he can't interview nobody in the program, can't interview Prime. You don't need to. He's still gonna be like he is.
If you didn't need to, why were you doing it for then? If you didn't need to, why would you go into every single press conference and asking a question?
Only thing.
To do
Oh, so that was his job to do it. So now he can't do part of his job. That's all I'm saying.
No,
to be good at your job, you want to be able to do part of your
It
job.
doesn't still mean he can't do what I'm saying is it's his job, like, hey, because he had access. But that still
So
doesn't mean
because you don't have access. Okay, go ahead.
He doesn't have access. I'm saying I agree with what he's saying, that you can get other people in there to find the whole wait, to get all the information because it is an opinion. And one thing I know, and two things for sure, is you could tag somebody up on social media. Think about CD Man. What did he do? He just laughed.
Yeah.
That's why he ain't saying nothing. He just laughed and everybody talks about it, right?
Yeah.
So all this man got to do is say, "I told you so," and everybody gonna know what he talking about. And it just could be a drop or something.
What y'all fail to realize this. I'm not disagreeing with you.
Okay.
I'm not disagreeing with you. Yeah, he got friends, he got fraternity. It's like a fraternity. He gonna get people, he gonna be able to get information. I didn't say he couldn't do his job, but we're talking as if that wasn't an integral part of the job. If it wasn't an integral part of the job, he wouldn't go there to the press conference.
Man suffering.
Yeah, you were saying that he was suffering because he can't do
I said, let's look at the numbers now, and let's look at the numbers in 5 to 7 weeks.
Because you said he's not going to be a topic in 5 to 7 weeks,
No,
right?
it's not going to be a topic in 5 to 7 weeks.
They
That's
will.
what
I think he will be.
He will be.
I think he will be.
Let me tell you.
Put a pin in it.
Let's
You
put a
can
pin in
ban
it.
me. I remember Coach Collins said they want me to come to the school. I'm gonna look at his kids.
Okay.
Guess what? I still had all them kids in my pocket.
Right.
Anything I need to know, I got information.
The difference is true there. You have the difference is
what could he do after that?
the difference is you have a relationship with them kids. Are you sitting here telling me you think that reporter got a relationship with them kids?
He don't
More
have,
than DJ Dion?
He don't
He don't have to have a relationship with the kids. He got a relationship with other people.
But that was the analogy you just
Okay,
used.
but listen.
I'm just using your example.
Okay.
I'm just using your example.
Okay. So what I'm saying is this: if a kid didn't want to talk to me and give me no insight, oh, I got another writer could give me insight, and I got kids in that program that do know me can give me the insight. Now, if I ain't have no access to no kids, it's still life is all about going around things. Sometimes in life, you got to go around. 'Cause at the end of the day, the whole argument is you act like this brother gonna be suffering. He's not gonna be suffering. And I'm telling you, Colorado don't live to the height. And he really gonna be eating them up, and his numbers just gonna go up. And guess what? His ass gonna have a job in the network somewhere, and they gonna be bringing him in.
That's what I'm saying. It can actually boost him.
No, all I said was he's not going to be able to have the access to be able to validate some stories, and the reason why Dion made Colorado get on board with him, so he couldn't go around Dion and ask the very thing you talked about. So if they just said, well, you can't ask Dion any questions at the press conference, he'd be like, oh, all right, cool. I know all these other people. I know people in the program. I can talk to all this. Exactly what you just said. He was going to be able to do. That's why.
He have other media people outside of the program. He don't need none of that.
I guarantee you he knew some other people in the program.
Okay, but this is what I'm saying.
Do you think can you answer that question? Do you think he knew other people in the program other than Dion? Okay, so you think he can talk to other people in the program?
No, we're not talking about other people in the program.
That's what I'm talking about. Y'all changed it.
No, we're not
original
changing
conversation.
it. This is what we're talking about. We are saying that he doesn't have to talk to anybody in the program. That there are people, the fraternity of columnists, journalists, all that he can talk to them.
Sure.
And he can get the information he needs. Because everything he says is opinion. And people love opinions.
They do.
People take
I agree.
opinions as facts.
And guess what? It's somebody in that program, no matter what role they play in Colorado, they could be equipment manager. He got a relationship with. He from there. He probably grew up, and somebody gonna talk.
Yep. Yeah, you're right. You're right about that. Everybody got a right.
I agree with you. I'm not disagreeing with
Especially
you.
when you're this color.
I'm not disagreeing with
They're not gonna
you.
ban you.
But guess what? You this color, and they found out the equipment manager talking to the dude that got banned, what's gonna happen to this person?
Yeah, of course, but that might happen to the white person too.
Yeah, what's gonna happen to him too?
But at the end of the
That's
day,
why they came out and on record.
some people gonna be quiet.
That's why they
now, let's say if he don't talk to nobody at all, he's still good. And if he sees don't know where it's gonna go, he can still talk to other people. He gonna blow up, man.
Yeah, I agree.
I think the reason why they did it at the beginning of the year is to be done with it. So
you know what? That was sorry on Colorado, and that was weak on Dion. And you diss everybody else.
Behind being called Dion
Kool-Aid. Let me tell you something, man.
You crying behind Dion Kool-Aid?
I seen a lady last year at the Pac-12 ask a basic question. And he embarrassed him. He trying to intimidate them. Man, you still this at the end of the day. You can't do them
he
like
said
that.
he come in peace. He's all about peace.
Man, come on. That's why I say the phone. Man.
But he the same one. Remember he didn't mess with that kid. Remember the kid that was tweeting and all that? And you went to war with a kid. You went to war with a kid.
That was done when he did that kid.
I don't disagree.
I don't think
I never said the man don't make mistakes. I never said he don't make mistakes.
Emotional maturity.
Let me tell you what the D-line coach at University of Marshall told me this week.
Okay.
Coach Street, good friend of mine, like my little brother. He said these adults are like kids and worse than kids. That's why these people act the way they act. These adults act like that. Now that man up there said that happened weeks later. He talking about, I got time today. And he going back dissing that little boy. You leave that alone. It's a kid. Let your kids let the other one have that. You don't bother that. And that's why I say he don't know how to be a coach.
How long ago?
You're not a player.
How long
it was
ago?
last year. Was that spring?
It was spring, yeah.
Springtime.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So you gotta know how to be a coach. You gotta know how to deal with the media. But see, when you come in on that high horse, you come from Jackson, you in there having the ball. Now you're dealing with the big timers, and now you gotta, you're dealing with national. So you gotta be a better man, be smart. Like Stephen, they say you gotta have thicker skin.
He does.
I just want everybody to know out here, I don't dislike Dion. I love Dion as an athlete. He's one of my biggest role models. But as a coach, no. As a person, his personality, no. Okay?
Here's what I tell you. I would not put Dion in my top 10 coaches, top 20 coaches, maybe not even my top 50 coaches. What I will put
be the most laughing stock in college football.
Well, I'm not gonna say that
How you gonna
because
say that? If he win 2-3 games this year,
if he win 2-3 games,
he's not gonna lay it down after this year. That man ain't gonna coach. That just sounds like
maybe he does. Once
he might get the one more year after that.
It ain't fun no more.
He got health problems. Man.
Yeah, he got health problems. I think if he walks away, it's gonna be because of his health.
And Colorado ain't got no money, so they'll never win. They ain't putting out no money.
I mean,
you can't compete with the Texas schools and the
you start thinking about
all school, all money. Man.
You start thinking about. Here's my question. Where does Missouri get their money?
What I'm saying, I don't know where they get their money. They got some money.
I think Colorado's on par with Missouri for resources.
Money on weed. That ain't gonna be good till about 100 years from now, generation.
Colorado just started selling weed. They had when they was in the Big 8, they won a national championship.
Why they can't pay no players now? Why they don't get no guys like Texas, Missouri? Speaking of Missouri, Kansas, Texas Tech. Why they ain't gonna get no guys like that? We can talk about teams in the conference. Why they ain't get no big time transfers?
I don't know how they. I don't know how they organize. I don't know how they organize.
This is what I do. That's what I do for a living. I eat, sleep, and drink football. She can tell you that.
Okay.
They ain't got no money.
Okay.
Well, they can't win, man. You gotta have money. Colorado State can compete with them.
Okay.
Colorado State got
I mean, you would know more about their collective programs in Colorado, Kansas,
Georgia,
and Missouri.
Georgia Tech and Florida State game. Georgia Tech was young last year, like I said earlier, but they got them transferred out of Florida State. Got the players. They lost their whole D line. All them transferred. They even got an offensive D lineman and a receiver from Alabama.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, Kentucky got buried.
So you think Georgia Tech got more money than Colorado?
Who?
Georgia Tech got more money than Colorado?
Georgia Tech is one of the richest colleges in the world. That's why they invented the car, man. That's an engineering school.
I know it's engineering school.
You know how many CEOs come out of there?
I know it's engineering school.
That's what I'm saying.
So you think they don't benefit from the location?
You're not listening to what I'm saying.
You don't think they benefit from the location?
Listen to what I'm saying. We talk about Georgia Tech. We don't care what city it's in. We talk about Georgia Tech, okay? We talk about where they invented the car, engineering, Smoothie King, CEO. What's the helmets that they make for 7-on-7 now? You know that? He went there. Russell's, Waddell, they got a hell of a, man, let me tell you something. I had a kid named Terrence Cooks Jr., Terrence son, at TC now. He got recruited. My boy Kerry Dixon was coach at Georgia Tech. And at the time, this was Coach Collins there before the coach they got now. He was O-line coach, and he said, What he told him, said, life after football without guys making a lot of money. He started naming all these CEOs, started naming all these businesses and everything. Then you been in the city of Atlanta. So that's already popping and booming too. But Georgia Tech also have a big alumni chapter here. It's an engineering school. We in Texas. So one thing about Texas Metro, so there's no comparison. They just paid an offensive lineman to go to school there. He's graduating this year. He getting 2.4. High school kid.
If you say,
I
would say,
so there's no comparison.
I would say Georgia Tech.
Georgia Tech will roast their ass they play right now.
Absolutely, I agree with you. I would say Georgia Tech benefits from being in Georgia, being in Atlanta, and having a great educational program.
Engineering.
So guess what? You can create
a car.
You create that.
Yeah.
So you telling me those football players going there because they created a car?
Well, first of all,
no. Answer the question.
Yeah,
you asked me to answer the question.
Okay, okay. Can I ask the question?
Yeah.
Can I ask the question, right?
Yeah.
Well, Georgia Tech has standards, so a lot of those kids.
I'm asking you.
Yes. Some of them going for academics. Yes.
I didn't say academic. You said you keep talking about they created a car.
I'm just talking about the history of them. Man, okay, I'm gonna ask you a question. You went to UT, right?
Yeah.
How y'all make y'all money?
A lot.
No. How do y'all make y'all money?
Well, the biggest money
All
making
the gas. And what I'm trying to say is, if you invented a car, you know how much money you getting still?
No,
that's all I'm saying.
That's all I'm saying. I understand
that little yellow ass car they see
I understand the money coming into the program.
So what did Ford do? Ford went and got those kids out of Georgia Tech and I.
Okay.
I'm telling you, man.
Okay, so now we're through with Total with Truesdale, and we are at the end zone. All right.
Yeah.
So it is time to sign off. But before we sign off, we have to give homage to B. King, who passed away recently. Yes. He was a very big influence on the club scene, and
Studio, Texas.
You know, you turn it on and somebody's gonna start, dancing. So shout out to him. And then I want to say, take care of yourself. Yeah, take care of your health, I saw the interview with him and Slim Thug just kept trying to just go get checked out. They have so many free clinics and stuff. It's private and stuff, and he was just like straight up, man. He was like, if I got something I don't want to know, I'd rather not. And that was so scary because he has kids and other responsibilities. So you're like woefully, and not just talk bad about the man, but these are just people.
Yeah.
They woefully just want to live in ignorance, and it's like you don't have to.
Well,
you don't even have to medicate. You could just change your diet.
Man, it seemed like to me he was immature about life. He was immature about didn't realize he had a lot to live for. Because you should have been going to the clinic for you. You got children in this world. You got a lot to live for. Then you want to see your parents. You want to try to live your parents. And in this day and time, the parents are living us, and grandparents are living us these days. And when they tell you, you got to take care of yourself. And to me, it just wasn't mature enough to take life serious because you could be out here like that. Don't know when it's gonna get you.
Yeah, true that.
Yeah, shout out to everybody that gave a lot of B King been getting a lot of love and went to the Battle of the Bands, and they did a tribute to B King. So he obviously affected a lot of people in a positive manner, for sure. Life was obviously cut short, so his life as well as in his death is an opportunity for us all to learn and continue to grow.
Yeah. And one thing he did say is that he said when he died, the main thing he wanted is people just jam his music. You know what I'm saying? Just jam his music, and you can't really ask for much more than that, to keep his name alive. And we also want to give a shout out to Scarface and wish him a healthy recovery and everything, and a healthy healing for him as well.
Absolutely. Get well soon, Scarface. I mean, I still say one of the best, the Tiny Desk concert.
Indeed.
Was Face. So if you haven't checked it out, check it out. It's a great show.
Yeah, shout out to my brother Scarface. Actually got a chance to wish gave him prayers and takes back in high hopes, and I think it's supposed to be getting out Wednesday, Thursday. So hang in there, brother. We got you, man. You gonna recover. Just recover, baby. We're still praying for you.
Okay, hallelujah, amen, and abracadabra. All right, guys, so it's time to close out the show. I would like to thank you, Total Sports fans, for joining us today, and my co-host, Patrick the Truth Truesdale.
And my brother over there, Bill. He all right, Bill, all right. He gonna be all right.
Yeah. We having fun.
I love both of them. Y'all just give me laughing.
You ain't got to look at first take. You come in the tunnel. You ain't got to look at first take. You come in the tunnel and get your entertainment.
Are you entertained?
For sure.
That's one thing my boy Mo Sweet Lips.
Yeah.
Nobody on his teeth. What place to be.
Yes, I love this place. It's very just, you know, calm.
Yeah, so come get your cigar. We got cigars. We got
Good
cigars.
brotherhood place.
Yeah, for sure.
Sisterhood too.
It's like family. And then you can also bring your own bottles. Don't forget to bring in K-Rito tequila. We got spicy watermelon we enjoying today. We also have mango and tamarind. Definitely a friend of the show, and I appreciate you guys for sure.
Where do you get that from?
You can get it in any specs and a lot of your restaurants and bars across the city of Houston as well as Dallas, and soon coming to San Antonio, Austin as well.
So you can bring it if you come to Sweet Lips. Now, if you don't happen when you get here, hopefully a door down OST Lip. Get a shot of OST Lip and get it to them. They're going to get it soon.
Yeah, for sure.
I agree. All right, guys. And remember, stay hydrated.
On Clark and